Good evening, my fellow travelers on Spaceship Earth. It is I, and I am Guy, coming to you live from Applewood Station in Denver, Colorado, where it's 15 degrees Celsius and actually not so bad out there. It's kind of a lovely evening going on outside. All is good. A little bit of light traffic going on out there, but nothing major. I'm going to be working on my Japanese PowerPoint presentation. We have to do 10 slides. So I'm going to go on ahead and just put in 10 slides here. And I will switch to, hey Brent, switch to I'm not seeing a format for this, which is not helping me any, and I'm a little annoyed by that because there's no format guideline. In the English presentation I had to do for this class, there was a guideline. There's no guideline now, and I'm kind of doing the, well, okay, but without a guideline, I'm not 100% sure I'm doing it all right. We'll figure it out, I guess. Oh, I can do transitions. That's kind of cool. I mean, it seems like that's going to be fraught with peril, but hey, you never know with me. Anything could go wrong. So there's that. Let's find ourselves a fun shape. We got flowchart shapes. Look at that. And we can do stars and banners. Oh, my stars and banners. All right. No, I really cannot help myself. It's just not the way it goes. But I kind of like that. That's kind of nice. Add a little bit of blue to the layout here. So they don't have sort of there's no real layout. So next. I'm going to, yep. Oh, we don't have a choice in this one. We're going to have to fix stuff because the teacher changed things on me and I didn't find out about it until later. So we're going to have to take these two versions, compare them side by side, and then fix the problems that he put in there, which, doesn't like streaming his cell phones. Well, okay, but you're going to get away with it this time. But anyway. Can we just paste just the text, please? Thank you. So my teacher went through and made a lot of comments and wanted me to fix them. So I did. But I've got to figure out where all of those were. You know what? I could just probably select the whole thing, except that I don't know if I made changes to things. So now we have to go through, and I'm kind of a little frustrated. It's not really my teacher's fault, but this particular teacher chose to not use Canvas, and I'm so new to college in general, because of course I haven't been in college since 2006. We didn't have Canvas in 2006. That wasn't the thing we had. We just logged into the school's website and figured it out. So there were no Canvas sort of widgets of any sort. So now I'm trying to figure out, how many of these things did I and I don't want to just copy it wholesale because I don't remember what changes I made. Right. So did I change anything in this line? Yeah, neko-chan to imashita. Imi wa ikitai deshita. Tobu koto ga suki deshita. Tobu koto ga see? Tobu koto no hou ga nani mo yoi. So I changed that sentence. So what I'll do is I'll copy this, but I need to do this because he was saying match case or match tense. So the next one is doka. Kagarimashita. It took 10 days. Ooh. Must remember to do that. So shite narimashita. All right, moving down. Ano nomuro de kiga hayai na. That one's pretty straightforward. Ikimashita. Chujin wa sugoi. Oh, yeah. Put it in Japanese mode. Japanese mode. Sugoi. 宇宙さん。惜しかったです。宇宙さんが惜しかったです。宇宙船が欲しかったです。Wanted the spaceship. 宇宙船のに登りました。そして宇宙船を取りました。言っとけ。宇宙猫ちゃん。That's just a typo. でした。でも、宇宙人はノートをしました。Match case. Wait. ノートをこうしました。What are you doing? Oh. Yeah, you have to fix that. You do have to fix that. Okay. でした。Alright, ノートはごめんね。大切。I have no idea why you put that in there either, actually, come to think of it.多分、私の稼が足りません。かまね。と言いました。All right. That, I think, fixed all of the errors that were made prior. And hopefully that saved this a third draft. Because that was part of our problem, was that the teacher, I didn't know that the teacher was putting all of this stuff into he put all of this into the Word document, which if you load the Word document from there we go, put you here, send to back, and make you big. If you load the Word document in Canvas, it loads it in Acrobat. So all of the comments he had made were not there. There were no comments. So it was like, so then he was like, well, I made all these comments and then you didn't respond to any of them and you didn't make any edits to reflect it. And I was like, I just thought I did it right. And he said, well, I would have said, good job. You did it perfectly. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, I'm not going to argue this because there's no way to win it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to be able to do this. So, and I don't want to win it. It's not like I feel like he's wrong. I didn't know that was a thing, I guess. I don't know. I just, so I'm like, fine, whatever. And so I'm kind of like, well, there we are. Uchu Neko. And apparently, we're going to sit here and do an entire thing on space cats. Don't think I won't. Mukashi mukashi wa toina ginga ni gai ni kaimashita? Where are we? Ginga ni gaimashita? Oh, ga. Ginga ni ga imashita. Okay, now I've got to figure out what my own stupid. What was I writing? Okay, mukashi mukashi. That's a long time ago. Toina ginga, in a galaxy far, far away. Neko ga? It should be Neko. Why does it say? Okay, back to, we default to switching back even though you've been writing in Japanese and everything else is in Japanese. Neko. Neko ga imashita. Neko wa chisana wakusei ni sumimashita. So, the cat lived on a little teeny planet. This probably actually belongs on the other slide. I'm going to move him to the next slide down. Because cut and paste. We'll add him here. And then I will move this and go like that. And say work. And use this. we go. I don't need a bullet point for it. Thank you, though. And 44. Mainichi neko ga uchu o mimashita. Every day, our cat looked into space. Insert. Yeah. Why? Imi okay, so nya neko-chan to imashita. Imi wa ikitai deshita. So the cat said meow. And the meaning for that was I want to go. Maybe we can do something like this. Make it black. Send it back. And take all of this and go white. Maybe. Or maybe I can just make it blue like that. And it seems to fit that pretty well. So we'll just go with that. It fits the theme of the rest of the story. So we'll go with that. Now, this one I'll put to this side. Because we've got this guy. And we will say as a PNG. And we'll save him as Space Cat Painting 2. There we go. Right. Not sure I know what I was trying to say here. Because I get that, but I think this is the same sentence twice. So there we go. Makes it easy. Like, I don't know what I was trying to say either, but all right. Tobu koto ga suki deshita. Tobu koto no hou ga nani mo yori Daisuki deshita. I think that's the same thing. I think that I was trying to write this sentence in two different ways and got very confused. Hi, Patsy. 飛ぶことの方が何もより好きでした。I'm not sure what I was trying to say with that one either, but we'll go there. So して何もどうしよう。そして猫ちゃんはどうしようでしょうか。So my Japanese presentation is due tonight. Well, not the I have to turn in the PowerPoint. So we are doing the PowerPoint of my children's book that I'm writing for the class. And this I actually kind of enjoy doing, so it shouldn't be a problem. My English version is a mess. My English presentation is a mess, but my Japanese presentation is pretty cool. So this reads, 飛ぶことの方が何もより大好きでした。So he really loved to fly, the cat. The cat really loved to fly. So 何もよりことの方が more than anything else. That's what I was after. And then it says, そして猫ちゃんはどうしようでしょうか What do you suspect the cat will do? So, what do you suspect the cat will do? Because I have to find stuff to fill out this thing. Because it's like, well, okay, but... Alright. あの日、猫ちゃんは宇宙船を作ることが、why is it 作ることがした? What? ました for one. Match case. Match tense. So why is it I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. Sometimes I'm like, what was I doing? So, 作ることが、作りました。It just needs to be, oh, jeez. Messed everything up here. 作りました。No, good heavens. There we go. 作りました。So one day, Neko-chan, the cat, made a spaceship. All right, there we go. 宇宙船を作りました。猫ちゃんは宇宙船 Well, Scooty Mashta, why would you change the size of it? Why? Uchu San, well, Scooty Mashta. Oh, no. Okay, so I'm still working on my bachelor's because stupid. So it's a long story, but what's really happened was my degree was with um, one of those tech colleges, and so when all was said and done, they ended up revoking. Right, not just for kids. They ended up revoking my my what's it's my degree, which you know what I mean. It's like I don't even know. I don't even know. So once they did that, that's not what I wanted to do. I had to go back and return to school, which originally, when I had to return to school, it was to start all over again with 101 classes. But then the college decided to go on ahead and take my previous credits and apply them, which means that all I have to do is finish my archaeology classes and all will be okay. And so that was kind of a pain, but then recently we've had even more problems because all of a sudden the college decided that I did have a degree. And I'm like, but I, okay, wait. So it was actually very aggravating in that instance. And no. And so we're now fighting that problem because that then made it so that I can't have any financial assistance. Because technically this becomes my second bachelor's degree, except that nobody recognizes my first bachelor's degree. So I can't use my bachelor's degree to get a job, but I also cannot use the fact that I don't have a bachelor's degree to get financial aid. And I was like, that's a lose-lose proposition. So I protested that to the dean of students, and we'll see what happens on that one. I'm hoping that all will be good on that one. We'll have to see. So anyway, the nice thing is at the moment, I have been having a blast in school, and I've been having a lot of fun being in, and I'm doing anthropology. And so this semester I took my biological anthropology, cultural anthropology, and archaeological anthropology classes. So went and learned archaeology, and I learned how to do ethnographies, and I learned what ethnographies are. I didn't learn how to do them really. That's next semester. I'll learn how to do ethnographies. And I learned about all of the different jobs that you can have as an anthropologist. And I am really rather amazed. There's a lot you can do as an anthropologist. I didn't know, but here we are. So anyway, I took all of those classes this semester, and they have been way too much fun. And then, of course, because I feel like my anywhere in Colorado, in Arizona, in So I want to get into cultural anthropology, which is more about culture and different things like that. So mostly specializing, of course, in Asian cultures. So Japan specifically, but also China and Korea. So I want to start there. And so I've been kind of concentrating on that. But I mean, anthropologists are used everywhere, right? Oh, Colorado is a hotbed for early hominid settlement. I mean, like the first Clovis culture was found here, actually. So the Clovis culture was the first, they believe, at the moment, the first real settled natives in this area. But it was found in Dent here in Colorado, the first one. It's just that the popular one was in Clovis, New Mexico. And so it's kind of unfair. My archaeology teacher is kind of doing this isn't really fair because, you know, they found it in Colorado and it should be called the Dent culture, but it's not. It's called the Clovis culture. You'll just have to accept it. But yeah, there's a lot of archaeology to be done here because a lot of those cultures are here, were here, they settled here. Um, and so the belief is that they came over the land bridge, which was between the Bering Strait. So they went up to through Mongolia and up into Russia, and then across the Bering Strait, and then came down through Canada in a break in the Laurentine ice sheet. So at the time, all of Canada and some of the northern United States was absolutely covered in a massive glacier, except that there was this path through the middle of it. And so they believe that they came down that path, and this would have been sort of the first real non-glaciery spot to settle, would have been right about here in Colorado. So they believe that the culture started settling here in Colorado. So there's a lot of digs here on various things. So Colorado's a hotbed for Clovis culture. If I wanted to go be an archaeologist, I could totally concentrate on just the Clovis culture and spend a lot of time just doing stuff here, which would be cool. I'm just saying. So, yeah. So it's like one of those things. It's like, well, nobody knows. Nobody knew that, but that's the thing. So, little known, scarcely talked about facts about Colorado. Alrighty. Kigahayai. Why is that highlighted? So, anyway, lots of interesting things could be happening here, but the other thing that's interesting is that It makes sense, and you're not trying to start something? I don't know what that means. Oh, yeah. The problem is that the archaeological record doesn't support a global flood. There's anecdotal evidence of floods, but for the most part, it doesn't support it. That doesn't mean that it didn't happen. It's just it doesn't support it at the moment. But at the moment, most of our archaeological records for animals here are back before the Holocene period. So they date back prior to um, because this area was an inland sea prior to the KT event, where an asteroid struck in the middle of the Yucatan Peninsula and pretty much wiped out all life on the planet. Well, not quite. It didn't wipe out us mammals. Yay, mammals! Go mammals! But it did toast the dinosaurs. So that's one of those things. But yeah, mostly this is all talking about Holocene stuff, or post-Holocene, or in the Holocene, which is just the age of man, if you will. So the Holocene's pretty much all of the time that we've wandered this planet. Because every era is set up kind of chunking groups together. Like, the Pleistocene has the Triassic and the Jurassic and the Cretaceous, and that's pretty much the age of the dinosaurs. And so after that, there were a couple of other eras where creatures did all kinds of interesting things. And then we ended up in the Holocene, where we showed up. And at the end of the Holocene, now they're starting to think that we are in the Anthropocene, which, because especially the nuclear testing has made a big impact on our geological record, because all of the nuclear bombs that we have now dropped has put a layer of radioactive stuff that you can now see in the geological record. So 500 or 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000 years from now, you'll see a layer of radioactive material now, which marks the 1940s, 1950s. So there's discussion about us being in what they call the Anthropocene, because we've pretty much now done actual change to the planet. And so the problem, of course, is below that layer of nuclear fallout, so to speak, is a layer of soot and carbon from the industrial era. And so that layer is underneath it. So they're like, well, should the Anthropocene start there? Because maybe it should. And stuff like that. So there's an argument of, should the Anthropocene start at the beginning of the Industrial Revolution? Because that's the time when we actually started impacting our geological record. But then you have kind of an argument between all of the different anthropologists, because though the geology record has changed, one could argue that really the Anthropocene should have started with the age of writing, because that's when we started recording stuff, right? I understand that. That's cool. Oh, I just remember these things. Well, I remember these things, Patsy, for the sad reasons of, I don't prune, as they say. So pruning is my neurons don't prune because I'm neurodivergent. So nothing gets forgotten until it gets forgotten, like names and stuff. Hang on real quick. I want to blow my nose. But the primary reason I remember all these things, of course, is because I'm going to have a test on it. Finals are coming up in 2 weeks. I hope she doesn't. I hope none of my teachers. What is wild is all 3 of my anthropology classes have brought up Anthropocene now, which I find fascinating because my biological class, that makes some sense. The why did I say Kiga Hayai Uchijin? I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Anyway, I'm like trying to think in 2 different worlds. It's kind of wild. Just now I'm like, what was I trying to say? Does anybody know? Nobody knows. I don't think I know what I was trying to say. Can I make this go like this? There we go. So, it is interesting. I'm fascinated by all of this. But the thing that I'm really interested in, Patsy, is today's cultures. I mean, all of this stuff like archaeology and things like that, that was really fascinating. And I have to admit, if I was 10 or 15 years younger, I probably would have gone into archaeology, but I can't crawl around in the dirt in 105-degree heat anymore. I'm not going to be able to do that. So I know that I need to, I know that archaeology is not going to be for me. And bioanthropologists tend to be forensic anthropologists, which means that I'd be doing a lot of going and seeing, dead people and seeing whether they died recently or not recently, and trying to determine whether this body is this or that or the other thing. And I feel like getting into forensic science would probably just ruin my view on people. So I'm kind of like, I don't know if I want to do that. You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't think I have the heart to be in forensic science. So it's one of those things. So I'm like, I don't think I could do it. I just don't have it in me. So, but going and doing cultural analysis, that sounds like fun. And cultures can be anything. What's really fascinating is there's no murder and death is I'm just right. I'm just I think that would just ruin my my view on the world. I think I tried to write something that wasn't the right word. But anyway, cultures can be anything. Trekkies are a culture. Hey, Jan. And so I could do an ethnographic analysis, an ethnography. I could do an ethnography on Trekkies. Wow, we're already down to the end, huh? I'll keep going a little longer. I'm going to finish this because he wants it tonight anyway, so. So, is it still morning with you, Jan, or are we already in the afternoon for you? I guess it's still morning. No? No, it's in the afternoon for you. Good afternoon, Jan. Right? Yep. Coming up on the end here. Our poor space cat. An alien came along and stole his spaceship. Neko-chan wa... Why does it say Neko-chan wa ga? Neko-chan wa... No, ka. That's why. Neko-chan wa kawaisou desu. Deshita. Poor Neko-chan. Yeah, this is a book that I'm writing for my Japanese class. I am doing a children's book. And we have to have at least 10 slides, which is fine because I think I have more than that. でも、宇宙人はノートを残しました。So,ノートはごめんね。大切ミーティングがある。返したいです。多分、いつが私の惑星が帰りませんね。と言いました。So, it says, but the alien left a note. The note said, I'm sorry. I had an important meeting. Because this is a children's book, so of course the alien stole the rocket ship so I could go to a meeting. I want to return it, the ship. Someday, maybe you can visit my planet. To imashita, said the note. So, and now I'll make this white. Good night, Patsy. I'll see you later. I need to leave room down here so that I can... No, that wasn't what I wanted to do. Add the 11th slide, which should be the end. So we'll put in that, and then in the shapes we'll put in, I think we'll have our poor space cat just sitting here in the middle going, "Aw, poor space cat. He doesn't have a spaceship." I'll put a text box down here. How do you say the other one? Tentenno. I'll cheat. Oh, DZU. Well, I would never have figured that out. So, really? You are not helping me. There we go. All right. Now we got to go back in and put all the English parts of it, but this is at least a good start. All right. A long time ago, in a distant galaxy, there was a cat. Neko wa chisana wakusei ni sumimashita. Cat, small planet, lived. All right. Center. I will copy this and I will paste it here. I will move all of this up. All right. All right. Every day he would look into space and he would say, I want to go there. And then he loved to fly. More than anything else. We're not supposed to use the references, so this one's split up. More than anything else. All right. Now we'll grab this. And we'll put this here. You know what? That's good enough. It's all right. I'll figure it out. One day, the cat decided to make a spaceship. Naturally, it's what all cats do. I mean, come on. Everybody knows that. Shh. Yeah. Mm-mm. It took him 12 days. Tsuka. Oh, come on. Switch to Japanese, people. Oh, that's right. When Word switches to Japanese, it does not, in fact, switch to the Japanese mode. That's nice. Tsukaru deshita. Hontou ni tsukaru n deshita. The cat was very tired. Copy. Moving it down to here and hit paste. Oh, we skipped a line. Oh. Okay, I get it. I'm like, what? I feel like I'm talking about him being very thin. And I was like, well, he was. That's what I was talking about. Okay. So it took him 12 days to make the ship, so he took a nap. It was a very thin alien. We'll have to make a very thin alien for this. It'll be very funny. There we go. So he wanted the spaceship. We had to use all these grammar points, so this has become kind of there we go. He climbed up to the second story and he took the spaceship. What a mean alien. There's a missing section. Right here, because there's more to this. Which, interesting, but uh-oh. Nope, don't share. Okay, well, let's fix this. Cool. What I don't get is I switch to Japanese mode and it switches to Japanese, but with English letters. Like I can't switch it to Japanese mode without going over to right next to my clock and clicking the switch to Japanese letters. I'm like, why would I switch to Japanese to only write it in English letters? Like, that's not the way Japanese speak. Go. Toki ni Kyodai. Kyodai. Nani ga Torimashita. Kanashi. Deshita. I see we've decided to also switch this to very small text suddenly. Why didn't it do nani? Nani. Torimashita. All right. Uchuneko-chan wa kawaisou deshita. Poor space cat. Koneko toki ni, when he was a kitten, kyodai wa, his siblings, nani ga, things, torimashita, took things from him. Kanashi deshita. Demo. All right, but our alien left a note. In English, we'd put a colon in there. In Japanese, you don't, but in English, you do. If I were to finish this story, the alien would bring a bigger ship. There we go. And all of this is just to show layout. So all I need to do is go through and check everything Uchuneko. And my name is correctly spelled this time. And then 昔々は遠いな銀河に猫がいました。猫は小さいな惑星に住みました。Alright. I think this might be weird. So I'm going to try doing something else because this doesn't fit the rest of them. I'll do that. There we go. Then, 飛ぶことの方が何もより大好きでした。He liked flying more than anything else. そして、猫ちゃんはどうしようでしょうか What do you suppose that he did? あの日、猫ちゃんは宇宙船を作りました。He decided to make a spaceship. どうかが帰りました。It took 10 days. 猫ちゃん本当に疲れんでした。Because of that, he got very, very tired. そして寝りました。He took a nap. あのところで、I don't know. 気が早い宇宙人が来ました。Then, an impatient alien came. 宇宙人はすごい細いている人がいました。He's a very thin alien. 宇宙船が欲しかったです。He wanted the spaceship. 宇宙船の2階に登りました。He climbed up to the second floor. そして通りました。I think we could probably just take out 宇宙船。Because we can, like, there's so many repeated things, and Japanese does not like repeated things. Japanese has never been hot on repeated words, so I'm going to cut some of that out because uchusen is the topic of this entire phrase. So we don't need to say it 3 times. And we actually don't need to say it twice, but I think I want to go here to illustrate. Crap. You're not going to go into the Japanese mode at all. Yeah, that's nice. Thanks. Uchusen ga torimashita. Switch that to wa, switch that to ga to emphasize, and we are good. And then he took the spaceship. Uchu neko-chan wa kawaisou deshita. So sad for the space cat. Koneko toki ni kyodai wa nani ga torimashita. So when he was a kitten, his siblings took things. Kanashii deshita. It made him sad. Demo, 宇宙人はノートを残しました。ノートはごめんね。大切なミーティングがある。返したいです。多分いつが私の惑星が帰りませんね。 to imashita. So it said that down there. Oh, that works. Sa uchu neko-chan wa taihen deshita. Suzuku. To be continued. All right. I think we are good. I think that is fine. I'm going to upload it to the system now. So I'm just trying to follow all the weird instructions. Apparently, we're supposed to call this pics, and I'm not sure why. And then I'll save it. We can close this. We can go to Canvas and upload it. All right. It's submitted and off to whatever land. I don't know. We'll see. So, all right, guys. Well, now I'm 30 minutes past my stop time for today, but I've gotten my work done, so I'm pretty happy. I'm going to go on ahead and bow out. I hope you all have a wonderful evening tonight. Thanks for joining me, Patsy. Thanks for joining me, Jan. I will not be on tomorrow morning because, of course, I'll be in class. However, I hope you all have a wonderful evening and a wonderful day. And as always, keep your eyes on the stars. Goodbye.